Let me ask you this question. If you order this clicker from Amazon, right? Is it that the next morning on your table will be the clicker? No. You use a different Amazon. Amazon works different in India, I think. Well, it won't be on the table. How does it work? Think of everything in your life so far. How did it work? Think of the love of your life, or your last relationship, or your last job, or your last coincidence that happened. Your last manifestation that happened. How did it happen? Did it just boom? Right? It's like, girl of my dreams, girl of my dreams, girl of my dreams, girl of my dreams. Oh, she's on my bed now. You know? That's not how it works. Think about everybody you've met so far, every manifestation you've had before. What happens? Every job interview. What will happen is some random friend will say, hey, let's go to a party. Then you go to a party. Then somebody says, oh, let's go wherever to eat. Then you go wherever to eat. Then at that place you find the person. Do you get what I'm saying? There is a sequence. There is a what? Okay, I want you to write that down. There is a sequence of receiving. Now, you've already helped by emptying the mind. This is not just a process here. In every moment, how do you practice being in the now? Now we're going to think about this live in the now on a different understanding. Because your manifestation will only show up now, in the now. It cannot show up in the future, it cannot show up in the past, it will show up only in the now. But do you know what? For most people, they are not here now. How many of you in this room, you know how to drive? You know how to drive. How many of you, sometimes when you drive to work or you drive home, there's a part of it that you weren't really there? Like, how many of you have been driving before, maybe down the highway, and then suddenly it's like, oh, I'm driving. How many of you had that experience before? Where were you? So what if that's only one small incident, but how many times do you do that throughout the day? How many times when you are at a restaurant and you're just on this thing here? Right? So what happens is your manifestations are working. Right? The boy, the girl of your dreams, the job, the whatever, the money, they're right there. You are on Facebook. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not working. You have to be here now to see it. So number one, right? Part of receiving it is you have to be in the now. So every moment. Otherwise, how can you see it? Right? Number one. Okay, so now we're on receiving. Right? Live in the now. Okay? Live in the now. Number two, if we live in the now, there will be multiple things that happen in our life. There will be positive, there will be negative, there will be things that show up in the now. All the time, it will always be the case. There'll be multiple things that show up. This point here, how do you recognize what is the thing for you? What is the universe? The universe trying to connect with you. What is that thing? Okay? So while you're living in the now, what you want to do is you want to suspend thought. So no thinking. No thought. Your thought will take you out of the game. Right? So what does suspend thought mean? It means remove logical mind. Because, why? This is a lot of the time what I call the non-logical logical mind. Why? Where does your logic come from? Other people, conditioning. Your logic is not your logic. Do you get what I'm saying? When I first started this steel business, first person I called was Mum. I said, Mum, I've just started a steel business. Oh, you did what? I said, steel business? You need to be careful, you know? People will lose a lot of money in steel. Right? I put the phone down, I'm thinking, like, man, maybe I shouldn't do it. Mom said, stick to what you know, Eric. Do you get what I'm saying? And she's saying that with all love because she cares. Stick to what you know. You're already making money. Why do you need to do that? It's risky. That's logic. My logic becomes, actually, I think Mom's right. Logic, your logic can only come from what other people have told you. So it's not that logical. Do you get what I'm saying? Right? Logic is not logic. Fact is not fact. I want you to understand that. Facts have nothing to do with you. I want you to write that in big and bold on your notepad. Facts have nothing to do with you. They have everything to do with everybody outside this room. They'll always be consumed with facts. If you think of it this way, 75% of businesses fail within the first few years. What does that mean? If based on fact, never do business. Based on fact. Facts don't mean anything. And I want you to write another thing down as well, right? Most people fail. You need to write that down. Most people fail. Because if you bring this into your conscious mind, you will start understanding it doesn't matter what people say, it doesn't affect you anymore. Because you, right? Most people fail, but you are not most people. Turn to the person next to you, look them deep in the eye, say, you are not most people. Help me here. You got to help me here. You are not most people. Let me ask you this, okay? Right. Most people who trade stocks and shares, do most people become millionaires and billionaires? Do a lot of people lose money? In fact, most people lose money. Right? Most people in business, most people fail. Everything's the same. Right? Most people who try to use the law of attraction, they think they're failing using the law of attraction. Same thing. This last year, I don't know how long you guys have been on that YouTube channel for. You know, I'm a newbie. I'm a beginner on YouTube. I started in January last year. Only 1 year, newbie. Some of you here are more expert YouTubers than me. But when people see it, I think today we have maybe 540,000 following, right? About 20 million views in the last year. People say, oh my God, you got lucky. I say, oh. You know, it's a very interesting thing because you need to look at this. Would it be useful if I taught you how I did that so fast? Would it be useful? The YouTube channel, you know, just making videos. I didn't even know this. I didn't make videos to make money on YouTube. I did it because I thought, oh, why not? Let's do it. Right? But I didn't even realize every month we get about maybe $15,000 from YouTube just for creating videos. That's okay, right? You're not impressed. Is that it, Eric? Is that? It's okay. Right? You can have some nice food and travel a little bit. It's nice. That's just for that. Right? And so, would it be very powerful if I could share with you how simple that is to do that? How many of you would like to know? Right? Very simple, and anyone can do it because there's trend hacking strategies. I don't do what most people do when it comes to these different things. When I decide I'm going to put my mind to something, there's a strategy. I don't just like, oh, let's test this, let's test that. No, I know what I'm doing. I find out how to do it and I do it. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's fast. It's no accident. It's no like lucky. There's a strategy. They're all trend hacking strategies. And so when I was doing that, what I also understood was this. There's people who ask me, they've been on YouTube 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, and they haven't got a channel like that either. And they say, wow, how did you do that? You got lucky. You went viral. I said, no. There's a strategy. Most people on YouTube, do most people succeed or most people fail? There's so many amazing content creators out there with no following. You know? So what does this mean? In everything, most people fail. What does it mean to you? Nothing. You're not most people. So when people come up to you, they say, oh, did Eric teach you that YouTube thing? It doesn't work. Right? In your mind, you say, thank you for sharing. Right? And you know, yes, you're right. Most people, it will never work. But I'm not most people. Do you get what I'm saying? Right? So we remove all logical mind, because your logical mind is not so logical, right? Then what do? Remove all logical mind. How do we recognize the parcel? Okay? This is when we need to connect with this thing here, intuition. Okay? This itself is very complex, because people get confused between intuition and mind. Sometimes mind's there, intuition's there, but is this my intuition or is this my mind? How many of you know what I'm talking about, right? Sometimes it's confusion, right? Most of the time, right, intuition is non-logical. If you are justifying, like, no, actually, if I calculate it, it doesn't make sense. If you're justifying, you know that's mind. Do you get what I'm saying? Usually, it's non-logical. How many of you have ever done this before? You did something all the logical way. You planned it. You did everything. You thought about it, but you didn't get the result. How many of you had that experience before? Now, let me ask you this question. How many of you have not really thought about something? How many of you have ever, there's been an opportunity before, and you just, it's a stupid decision, but I'm just going to do it anyway. But you had the time of your life and you really enjoyed it, right? That's the thing. Why? This intuition, what is it? This is just a very powerful energy. It's an attraction. It's Amazon saying, your parcel's here. Right? Your parcel's here. Right? Your logical mind is saying, no. Yesterday, text message said 10:30 delivery. Right? Amazon says, your parcel's here. It's here. Like, no. It's not here. On the text, it said 10:30. Then what happens is later on, you wake up, you go to your door, and then you see the the slip saying, "Oh, sorry, we've left now. Deliver another time." Do you get what I'm saying? Right? This is how it works. So connecting with intuition, what is it? It's that feeling. People call it gut feeling. Right? You can call it God feeling. It's that thing. It just, I don't know why it is. It doesn't make any sense, but I just feel this is for me. Follow your heart. Right? That will be the connection. That will be them delivering, and then you to receive your parcel. Now, then what happens? Now receive the parcel. Okay? The next part, you need to recognize the parcel. You need to recognize the parcel boy, not your item that you requested. You need to recognize the parcel boy. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't give you your package like this. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a parcel boy, which does not look like your parcel, which does not look like your thing. Does this make sense? With the parcel boy, sometimes the parcel boy will need to take you somewhere to receive the parcel. They will say, leave you a piece of paper and say, come and collect it from the central office. They will sometimes need to invite you, take you somewhere. Does this make sense? So when you recognize that parcel boy, what does it mean? It means maybe I'm trying to attract the love of my life. Okay? Now, on the way I'm attracting the love of my life, then what happens is, and I keep attracting this boy. And he keeps coming up to me. What's your name? Hey? Sekunda. Right? Keeps coming up to me every single day and say, Eric, can we go for dinner? I'm like, man, I'm not attracting this. Right? Why does this keep coming? I'm trying to attract a girl. Why is this coming? right? Every single day. Eric, come for dinner, you know? But isn't it so true? Everything in your life that's manifested so far, it's the times you said yes to the other person. Then we go for dinner. While we are eating dinner, the waitress comes, and you're like, oh. Do you get what I'm saying? Then the love of your life appears. Does this make sense? So there's a parcel boy. And so there's a parcel boy, there's a parcel, there's a packaging. And how do we keep recognizing these? Again, everything is intuition. Recognize the parcel boy, right? Number 5, recognize the parcel. This is all intuition, right? There will be a packaging. You need to go through the packaging to get to the thing. So there's a whole sequence, right? Then, once you recognize this, okay, this part is you will need to learn to receive. Depending on what the thing you ordered is, you will need to know how to receive it. Okay? I always give this example. Somebody was requesting for me to call them on the Wednesday the Amma show. And then what happened was, because we always get thousands of requests, then out of thousands of people, I choose one. And I just choose the one, and I call. I say, hi. I say, it's Eric Ho calling. And he goes, oh my God, it's Eric Ho. I said, yes, it's me. And he says, I says, okay, so, well, anyway, the next 5 to 10 minutes belongs to you. You can ask anything you want. What would you like to ask? Then he says, oh, Eric, I've been trying to manifest a new business of mine. I said, manifest? Like, how do you want to manifest the business of yours? He says, well, you know, it's like, I just need investors, you know. How do I manifest investors? I said, well, what's the business? And then he says, well, I'm doing these new sneakers, and I've designed them, and I said, oh, it's fashion. And he said, yes, it's fashion. I said, oh. I said, OMG. He said, what? I said, I invest in fashion. And he said, yeah? And I said, that means your manifestation worked. I'm here. Then he said, oh my God, Eric, I can't believe this. Oh my God, my manifestation worked. Right, law of attraction worked. I said, okay, cool. I said, cool. I said, you've got a few minutes, right? So I said, in a few minutes, tell me, what are the sneakers? What is it about? Tell me about your brand. What do you want to do with it? You know, what's the plan? What's the investment? How much return do I get? How does it work? So there's this sneakers I designed, and it's just really cool. It's like really like they say all the latest stuff, and people love this thing, and you know, yeah, it's really going to dominate. It's going to make a lot of money. I said, okay, so how much do you want me to invest? $1 million? I said, $1 million? He said, yeah. I said, wow, that's a lot of investment. Oh, 100,000? I said, are you asking me, or are you telling me how much the investment is? You know, what is it? I says, okay, 100,000. Okay, so how much return do I get? What do you mean, Eric? What do you mean return? I said, well, if you want me to invest, like this, it's supposed to be a return, you know. He says, oh, what do you want, Eric? Just as much as you can give me, you know. It's just like, I said to him, you know what? Your 10 minutes is up. Let me give you the most useful piece of information for you right now. The most useful piece of information. Do not watch any more law of attraction videos or manifestation videos. Why? Your energy is so powerful. Your alignment is so aligned. Your law of attraction technique and strategy was so perfect. You got me to pick you out of thousands of people. Your vibrations are perfect. You don't need any more law of attraction videos or manifestation videos. Let me tell you what you need to learn. You need to learn the skill to receive. You are asking for money, investors right now. Investors will need you to pitch to them. Learn the practical implementation, the strategy to pitch for finance. How much do you invest? How much return do I get? How long do I get that return? What's the proof of it? What's the forecast? That's what you need. You need to learn how to receive. Does this make sense? Because you are taking your spiritual, non-physical vibrations to attract. Are you wanting to attract things in the spiritual world or in your physical world? I hope so, right? You're wanting to attract in your physical world. So do you need to physically take some action? They say the law of attraction, you know? Attraction has the word action. It's not sit on your bed, that's my action. No. Maybe opening the door and going out the door might help you spot the love of your life. Do you get what I'm saying? Or the investor. Maybe you need to get out the door. It's, you know, your investor's not just going to jump on your bed. You know, that's not how it works. Then, once you take the action, have you got the skill to receive the parcel? So some of you, you say, I want to attract the love of my life. Well, let me tell you something. If you attract the love of your life, right, let's say they're right in front of you. Then what do you do? When they're right in front of you, what do? You just sit there and you smile? Is that what you do? And then they just come to you and say, hey, let's get married. What happens? No. What does that mean? Well, there's a lot of things. You'll learn to receive. How do you receive your parcel? Right? Will you need to take a step? Will you need to gain some confidence? Are these skills? Are these practical skills? Will you need to open your mouth and speak something? I hope so. Right? You can't say, oh. You can't just, you know, you have to speak. Right? You have to learn communication skills. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's a process. Can you see now this whole thing? This is the whole sequence. It's not what you think. That's why people are saying law of attraction is not working for them. They just sit at home, visualize, visualize. Nope, not there. Visualize, visualize. No, not there. Visualize. That's the whole sequence.